Encoding overload. Can you consider not doing that, man? I'm in the middle of working. Shoot, not one. Gonna get the chat up. His name's Helpy. His name's Helpy. Helpy right there.
That's so cute. I'm so glad I made the first thumbnail featuring Helpy because I knew Helpy was gonna be the best in this one.
I'll never love you. No one will care what form you take, Helpy. That's where he cranks it. Howdy, Foxy the Theron, 2011. Welcome. Hello. Encoding overload. The stream might crash again, so I'm gonna have to go through this very quickly. Don't die. That is mostly it for this chapter here. So I'm going to do the smartest thing and close that window forever. Ever. Need to give you guys something to look at. Quit that. We're gonna open a notes page. Hey, a notes page. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay. Not my to-do list. No, most of it's laundry anyways. Can I full screen this? Can I full screen this? Whoa. Can I not show that? Thank you. There you go. Okay, cool. Stop encoding my overload. All right. Current chapter. Welcome everyone to chapter 3 of Deltarune. Oh, nope. We were in chapter... Oh, no, yeah. Chapter 3. Where was I? I guess I don't need that. All right, cool. Where was I? If this crashes again, by the way, I am going to have to reschedule this for later. I was at a very cool place. We're standing up now. We're going to switch cameras. I was at a very cool, a very wonderful, a very awesome, also, yes, I'm wearing a skirt. If you're just tuning in, I look sexy. I was at a wonderful, amazing place called, drumroll please, Northern Tier. If you don't know what Northern Tier is, pardon me. Whoop. Alright, cool. If you don't know what the Northern Tier is the oldest high adventure camp for the Boy Scouts of America, or Scouts of America, I don't know, whatever. Venturing crews, whatever. I technically went with the venturing crew, not the Boy Scouts, or the Scouts. I went to the venturing crew, which is different. Well, it's a long story. Anyways, I went to Northern Tier, which if you didn't know is the Boundary Waters, which is a place between Minnesota, not Michigan, I kept saying Michigan, my bad, which is a place between Minnesota and Canada. So I essentially canoed in Minnesota and Canada, and it was very cool, very nice, very pretty, very freaking tiring, because I mostly, is whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Well, not this. It's like, but like quick. Because we canoed. Come closer. We canoed for 100, which camera do I look at? 100 miles. I can say that now. I have canoed 100 miles. It's pretty cool. It's pretty sexy. Please, ladies, gentlemen, calm down. I know I'm awesome. But it was pretty great. A lot of fun, crazy stories. Will I talk about it here? No. Because I kind of want to do a separate video about it specifically, like talking about my experience with it, because I think it's great. And I do think I do want to give an individual thing review about my experience, especially about something called the Grumper. If you don't know what the Grumper is, that was great. But yeah, also, Plinko. I know you're probably not watching this because you're probably streaming. There's no pockets on this. I forgot. This skirt doesn't have pockets. Plinko, I was in your homeland of Canada. I'm going to send you a video later about that. And maybe make it a short because it's pretty funny. But yeah, I was at Northern Tier. It's a great experience. Freaking love it. If you like canoeing, you should go. If you don't like canoeing, obviously don't go. This isn't sponsored. Unless... No, it's not sponsored. I'm happy to talk about it openly because I think it's great. Also, there was root beer. Very good, fun root beer. But that's where I was. That's where I was being dead at. So, if you don't mind, we're going to But yeah, that's where I was at. It was pretty high. It was pretty great. Pretty. It's not blonde hair, in case anyone's wondering. It's some type of felt or fur. Ooh, one big thing I. But you know that's how it goes sometimes. Chapter 4. New schedule. We have a spoilers. Which ones have I deleted? A lot of spoilers. This is where I put most notes. There you go. Gosh, that was embarrassing. Is that really how big? Oh, that's the biggest I can have it? That's great. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Okay, so, new schedule. Monday, Tuesday. What? Why are you tiny? Ugh. Stop lagging. Okay, so we have all 8 days a week. Hold me. That's not the words. Ain't got nothing but love, babe. All right, so schedule time. Let's talk about it. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are going to say as standard YouTube days. So I'm going to put YT for YouTube days. Yes, there's going to be a difference because, and I tested it out a little bit with the Stardew series. I would like to make YouTube evening. YouTube 6, as in YouTube at 6 p.m. Mountain Time Zone sharp-ish. For Tuesday and Wednesdays, no, that's Twitter. For Tuesdays and Wednesdays, or for the other parts of the days, we're going to be live streaming on Twitch. I do have a Twitch channel. I don't do much with it, but I do want to do something with it. On the Twitch side of things, let me, hold on. Twitch, this first series that will be happening, and I'll tell you when we'll start, will be Terraria Expert Mode, where we'll be playing the next mode of Terraria with possible multiplayer. It's going to be open multiplayer if anyone wants to join. If no one joins, that's fine too. But it's going to be over on Twitch, live stream there every Tuesdays, just Tuesdays. Because on Thursdays, and I do want to talk about this first more than anything, mostly because this is the least complicated part. For Thursdays, and I will make this into a little thing. I'll make it into a short, and maybe not a short, the post. I'll make it into a community post, don't worry. For Thursdays, we're going to be doing variety gaming with a cool sunglasses guy on Twitch. And the reason for that is, one, like I said, the one game series I want to do stuff to, and two, I have a lot of games in my library and I want to use them, so I'm gonna use them in the form of the variety game. I'm gonna download one of the many games I have, play it for a bit, not sure how long, could be like an hour, 2 hours, maybe 4, hopefully not, and never again 6, but just variety gaming on those days. Saturdays and Sundays are a little bit awkward. Sundays, so far, it's none. Saturdays technically is another Twitch. I want to make it a Twitch thing, so it's, YouTube, Twitch, that type of pattern. I don't have really much anything on Twitch. Pixel, why don't you make it on Terraria Expert Mode? I might, or I could do another variety thing. Like, Twitch is a bit more of an experimental thing, so I'm gonna stick with these two, like, for sure things that are gonna happen. Like, we did one day consistently for Tuesdays, and I'm gonna add 2 days into it, and later on we will add something on Saturdays, specifically like Twitch related. But for now, Twitch or YouTube, either catch up days, which I'll talk about that in a bit, or maybe talk. I think it's called Just Chatting. Making thumbnails? Could be quite interesting to watch. I don't know. I don't think the thumbnail process is that exciting, but hey, who knows? It could be interesting. Catch-up days is referring to stuff like Sky, Children of the Light, things that don't really follow this traditional schedule, which I probably should write that out right now. There we go. So, Sky, Children of the Light, Children of the Light won't follow any of these other schedule stuff. That will just happen whenever things naturally occur. Other things that follow this would be Fortnite, one game series, since that one's more consistent. And then with the variety gaming too, I do want this to carry into one game. Well, it might not be a pre-recorded thing. It will be something I think will be pretty nice. Also, I do have a VODs channel where I would post these streams over there, and I want to start like clipping things more, so then I could present it not to you guys here on the main channel, but over there on the Twitch, like that channel. Maybe turn them into shorts here. I don't know. I legit don't know. I don't have a lot of experience with Twitch, but now that I have a semi-consistent thing, which was the Stardew Locked In series, which is now done, if you want to check it out, by the way, we're going to move on over to 2 days and a bit more focusing on that, which doesn't mean I won't be focusing on this channel, because now we need to talk about something pretty important, being in Stars in Time. If you are unaware, In Stars in Time is the game we are currently playing. We're on episode 11, I believe, actually. Let me check. I think we're just on episode 10. Yeah, we're just on episode 10. And it's pretty complicated. Not only is it pretty complicated, I've also have been out of habit for streaming for like 2 weeks, give or take. Which, for the sake of you guys, because I want to give you guys, good content, I don't want to like go in Stars in Time completely, not used to streaming anymore, because those streams are like 3-4 hours ish long. I have to get used to that again. So for now, In Stars in Time will be on pause, not over. Pause, not even hiatus, just pause. In the meantime, though, I'm going to play the game that was originally scheduled for this time, which is Subnautica Below Zero. And the reason why Below Zero is, one, new game coming out, too. Subnautica Below Zero. One, they have the new game coming out. I would like to play it, even though there's a lot of controversial stuff happening with the current company, blah, 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 whatever. I do still want to play it, and that means I do want to, we've started on Below Zero. If I can have my save, that'll be great. I'll just continue on, and if I can't, that's fine, whatever. But the big reason why I'm going to play Below Zero is because it is a lot of an easier game to understand, because I find the survival crafting stuff, I find a little bit easier than a lot of things I had to memorize with In Stars in Time. Now, it could be the case of like, Pixel, if you do this, then you won't remember anything that happened in Stars in Time. True. I did take notes, though, and I'm really good at deciphering my own notes. And also, I don't want to make the first few streams of me not remembering how to properly stream. Gaming-wise, I don't know. I think I have the muscle memory to game. But in terms of talking for long periods of time, because most of my time in Northern Tier I spent completely quiet, I want to give you guys something good and something worth watching. So instead of degrading the quality of In Stars in Time, I'd rather degrade the quality of something else. No, I'd rather start off with something a bit easier, and then Below Zero is apparently a lot shorter of a game, if I recall correctly, and from what I've read, I've seen a few spoilers for Below Zero. From what I recall, and where we were last time, we were like past the halfway point basically. So shouldn't be too bad. There. But that's really it for the new schedule. Nothing too crazy. I plan on starting this, though, not this week, unfortunately. Next week, though, on Monday the 11th, where we will go in with Subnautica Below Zero. We'll post the community page about this, but that's when that'll happen. Also, tomorrow's my brother's birthday. If you do not wish him a happy birthday, I will hunt you all down personally and fine you personally. You think I only take the birthday stuff seriously with GDA? Hell nah. Maki Cat, happy birthday also. On July 27th, I believe. And my brother. You better. Birthdays are very important. But that will leave us with this chapter. Moving on up to chapter 5, which is the coming soon. What will be coming soon? There you go. What will be coming soon? Ooh, very spooky. First and foremost, A Professional Reviews is a series I have and host on this channel that I haven't been doing really well at having or hosting. It's what I wanted this channel to really be from the start. Gaming, I do like gaming, don't get me wrong, but I also wanted it to be more of just an excuse for me to talk about things, specifically about Tally Hall's Marvin's Marvelous Mechanical Museum. Now, this video was supposed to come out, I believe, 2 years ago at this point. It unfortunately has not, because I'm bad at my job. Although instead he got a music album, so that's pretty great. This video, I plan on it coming out on October 20th, which will mark the 20th year anniversary for the album Marvin's Mechanical Museum. What is A Professional Reviews? What is the series, and what does it mean for this? Since I'm not going to really keep it in secrecy anymore, since I kind of don't have to, because it was meant to be a birthday gift for you, you know who you are, but then I gave you the music album instead, and I'm like, well, do I just re-gift this and another gift for later, or do I just post it on a time that's like, makes way more sense in terms of the content page, and then give you something that like is more meaningful and not kind of like something from the bottom of the bargain bin barrel? I decided to, get you something else, so we'll talk about that never, because spoilers. But yeah, this one, October 20th. It's going to be just a brief history on the songs, individual songs in the album itself, and also the storyline it holds. Because there is a storyline. There is something underneath. Not just a crackpot theory that like, oh my gosh, they're whatever. No, it is real. It's called the Tally Hall Internet, not the Internet Show. The Tally Hall Connection Theory. Made by the one and only Knox. I believe he's the only one that made it. Because I sure as hell didn't. I stole it from him. I didn't steal it. He told me. But everything is connected. Everything. And I have proof how and why. And I also know who the killer is. And the results may surprise you. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry. We'll talk about it there. But that's the big one. That's the big one for the end of the year. Psych! Here's a little secret one. Secret album cover project. This one doesn't have a name, but it's dying. There's another album cover I'm doing. Don't worry, it'll be even worse. That's not what it's called. That's a Weird Al album, and it's not going to be the Weird Al cover song too. Although I would not mind singing Alimony. I do like that song a lot. Not that great though. There is another one coming up. Christmas time, maybe. Who knows? Like I'll ever tell. But that's something else I do plan on getting done before like the end of this year. Before the end of this year, specifically for 2025. And then specifically related to 2025 is another project, which funny enough is called 2025, which is now eventually going to be renamed to 2026, aka Broadcast. Broadcast is, I guess, what you can call the lore of this channel. And it's a bit weird. It's not just the lore of the channel, but also the story of my life. And funny enough, the first part isn't called Broadcast. The first part is called something else, which I won't say. But I want to share the story of Broadcast to you guys. You guys being the general internet audience. Because the point I am right now in my life, I want to move on from certain things that happened in the past. And the way I want to move on is kind of just essentially throwing things away. But instead of like clicking the delete button or getting rid of it forever, because I don't like doing that, because losing memories suck, especially when there's a certain freaking hospital involved. No, I never want that to happen again. If I put it out on the internet, yes, it's a very personal and deep thing, very personal connection to me and myself and my own personal history in my past. Yes, that would be out there on the internet for anyone to see and judge and abuse or whatever, but it'll be out there. And I'll never have to worry about it again. And that's what I want to do, to move on from it. I want to not necessarily get away from it. I do, still, like, it's something I created, and I want to get it out there. everyone has a story they want to share and stuff. And, not everyone is able to do that. So before I die officially for good, or I have to, be an adult, I wanna share this. I also want to get it out of my brain and soul. And also, I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty fun. It involves 35 ellipses. The little grimblies, the little creatures. I think they're great, and I think you guys are going to like them. Hopefully like them. They're pretty cute. They're pretty adorable. They're my hussies, as they call. My first ones, actually, I think. Not first ones, because I don't count myself, because I just drew myself. Not like, oh, it's a self-insert. No, it's just literally just me. But those might be like my first original characters. No, there were those guys, which we don't. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that button. Oh, I have a little button of 35. They're great. I really just want to share it. I want to get it out there, and I'm saying it here, so now you can uphold me to that. So it was originally going to be for 2025. No. So for 2026, little teaser of what's going to happen next year. This is also counts as the coming soon, so we're gonna move this out of the way. A professional reviews, I do want to do more stuff with a professional reviews, most definitely. August, September, October, November, December, January. Well, not January. January was originally going to be Spider-Man, but obviously we can't play Spider-Man, so that's great. There we go. Move all that out of the way. There we go. Let's talk about this. All right. So August, obviously, like I said, right now we're playing Subnautica Below Zero. I'm not doing the things I've done in previous years where I've kept like, oh, this is the schedule. This is what we're going to be doing for just the month. Nor will I really spoil anything. I'll keep it as vague as I possibly can. So, for October, just some horror game. Some horror game. Not going to really say which one. Hey, there might be more than one. Nope. Just the word I highlighted, please. Okay, that's really dumb. Okay, sure, never mind. It's not that bit of a mystery. We're going to be playing Soma. Oh, the question is will it be live streamed, or am I going to try something different? You don't know. You don't know. I do have a few horror games. A new one that actually just came out. It has like Cthulhu or something in it, and like an underwater Cthulhu game. I've had it on my wish list for a while, and I saw that it's released. So, woo! Excited to play that one. November. Might as well announce this now. Batman Arkham Asylum. Hope you're not watching this. Happy birthday, by the way. Because you should be working right now. But, yeah. Arkham Asylum. That should be fun. That's what we're going to play last year. Fortunately, did not work. For other many reasons. But Arkham Asylum. Nope. Oh, that almost fell again. Hey, hopefully we don't need that anymore. Oh, we're going to be playing Arkham Asylum for that month. And then... Notifications. Wow? Who commented wow? December is going to be... I would like it to be Lego Harry Potter years 5 through 7, which means at some point in up here, September, I think we'll believe to go back into Instars in Time again. But, rerun? No. At some point in between these, I might even put on the Twitch live streams. We're going to complete Lego Harry Potter years 1 through 4. 100%. All the way, baby. Because I'd like to do that. But that is that for what's coming soon. So, final notes. Overall, let me transform this guy. Fit to screen. Awesome. All right. Wow, that is really difficult to read. That's nice. That's really nice. Okay. Overall, I will put this on the community post, but we are back. We're not only back, but we're also back in action and in full swing, and I am really freaking excited to get back into it because I have missed this, you know? While being in the wilderness, one very nice perk to being out there. Sorry, and I'm not looking at the camera. I'm trying to make this look a bit prettier. One big upside to being in the middle of nowhere is exactly that. I had nothing to worry about. I didn't have to worry about anything. I guess I'll just move here. I didn't have to worry about anything, in the present day or anything like that. But now we're back, and I've had a lot of time to think and reflect on myself and also the state of the channel and what I want to do with it next. So we're going to go with that. We're going to continue with that. I'm pretty excited. I'm not sure if it's like taboo to share this, but I do want to share this with you guys. Sorry, weird. I do want to oh, also, Endercraft. Endercraft Season 10 will be happening soonish. How soonish? We're still talking about that as the members, but Endercraft will make a return. But real quick, before we talk about Endercraft for a little bit, I want to... I want to talk about the partnership program thing, which, if you're unaware, we did reach the first goal for... we did reach the first goal for the partnership program, which gives us access to memberships, super chats, and shopping, or like a store that we can have and own and do all that other fun stuff with. I have not applied for monetization just yet for a very big reason, is that most of those things don't really apply to us just yet, but I want to make them apply. And what I mean by that is members, having members on the channel, be pretty cool, pretty great. You guys can have like a bunch of cool, fun stuff. As it says here, though, it says create a fan club of members paying monthly for access to exclusive perks. I don't have exclusive perks to give you guys, like at all. It's not really like, oh, you can just give people videos early. I don't make a lot of like videos. It's a lot of live stream stuff, and I can't really be like, show up to the live stream early. That's a bit strange. Which is why I do want to go like with, I said, a professional views. Like for members, they can get it like a day early or a few days earlier, something like that. Secret album cover project, maybe like, I don't know, I'd like give them insights to it or something. I have joked about having a Patreon before, but I would want to I don't know how the full membership program thing works. I'm not sure if it's a bit like Patreon where you can have it's really explain where it's like with Patreon, it's like, oh, you can like talk to the Patreon member specifically, which is great and all. But like right now, I don't really need to I don't need to keep anything I do a secret. Usually if I have a question involving the channel, I'll just ask you guys on the community page, which is kind of what I do already. So why would I have either of those things? Yeah, I can make money. That's great and all, but I want to make sure that the money you guys would spend on my content would be something worth spending money on, if that makes sense. And currently, I don't have that just yet. I would like to grow in that way. I'd like to make, proper video stuff so you guys can get early or see early, or little fun stickers you could use or something like that, which leads us into supers or super chats. I do know Twitch is a lot better with this kind of thing, with community interaction stuff, at least when, it's a bit easier to get to it quicker, I've noticed. I mean, looking at the numbers, it should be technically easier, although I don't know because I haven't streamed that much, but we'll talk about that later when we get to Twitch. But, Twitch, I'm not focusing on growing monetary-wise on Twitch, not even monetary-wise on YouTube, but in terms of, looking at what goals we have. Twitch, I just want to learn how it works. This one, we're actually getting somewhere. Super Chats is essentially you toss money at the stripper pole that I'm on, and I'm like, thanks, babe, and YouTube takes a bit of it. Cool. Yeah, pretty neat, pretty great. Although, since YouTube takes a cut, in my head, I'm like, well, I would want, instead of using the YouTube system, I would like to have an alternate system that just directly sends it to me, so the money that you throw at the poll to me goes mostly to me, and not YouTube. And there might be oh, you're just in it for the money. No, but it's if you're spending money, I want you to, actually spend it towards someone, actually spend it to a majority of it to where you want to go, rather than it being split in half. I'm like, thanks for the $5, I get 2 cents, if that makes sense. I swear it's not I'm not doing it for the money. I just have to think, realistically, and I'm gonna keep saying that over and over again because I don't want it to seem like I'm an evil, greedy businessman, but it's I want to keep doing this. And unfortunately, at some point, I can't. It can't just be a fun hobby because, you know, as an adult, your hobbies die. You know, I used to be a great crocheter. Didn't make a dime, and now I can no longer touch a crochet needle, or else I will go to hell instantly. Do not deal with the devil unless you have a fiddle or live in Georgia. Shopping! That's the last other perk we could have gotten, which is a store. Essentially, a fun store stuff. I don't have anything to sell. At the very most, it would be a sticker pack design idea I had for 2023, but never finished because got busy. And also, I'm not that great at drawing. But you know who is great at drawing? Our sponsor. So yeah, I don't have much there. And the big reason, like, I could have just applied for membership and just have these things and not use them. The reason why is because once you apply for membership, you're basically like signing a contract saying you can't do certain things. Which, cool, great, whatever. But if I'm in a contract that says you can't, like, let's say I can't post videos that say ass, like Deltarune, for example, okay? Let's say it like says you can't have any videos that say that at all. But, like, you can't have that word in it. But you do have memberships or super chats or a shop. If I don't use any of those, but I have the restriction, what's the point in signing the contract if I don't have access to any of those, but still have the restriction? Now, if I continue to grow my channel, if we reach 1,000 subscribers and then get 4,000 public watch hours, which, by the way, we're at 3,915, which is pretty freaking crazy. And then shorts, I've not paid attention to shorts in a long time, which I probably should. Really close. Once we reach that point, we get watch page ads and short feeds ads, which I didn't mention it in the like coming soon or like the things I want to keep doing. I want to work on shorts. What type of shorts? I have a series idea. It's called False Fun Facts. But that's not going to start like next week. That's probably going to be like in 2 weeks or something like that. But essentially what this means is I'll be able to get ads. There will be ads on the YouTube channel, and then I can get paid through that ad revenue. Now, am I going to be the guy that like just makes a video 10 minutes long and then spam ads everywhere? No, because of how much I ramble, it's going to be 30 minutes naturally, regardless of what video I do. But I do think it's a better deal because I can use those ads. I feel so evil. I can use the ads more consistently than I can with the other stuff. And, you know, watch page ads, I'm pretty sure doesn't apply to live streams, although I don't fully know, because it just says earn ads from YouTube Premium and earn from ads and YouTube Premium on the watch page. Does that include live streams? How do you put ads in a live stream when it's live? I don't know how that works. Probably should look it up, but I'm not there yet, so I won't worry about it too much. But that would be a better source of, I guess, consistent, air quotes over consistent income than the other ones. Now, if I could make like a PayPal or something where if you did want to donate, you can just send it through there. But like I said, I'm not doing it for the money, so it's not really a big deal to me. But, you know, at some point, unfortunately, it does have to be. Live by the analytics, die by the analytics. And right now, I kind of have to live and die by the analytics in order to continue doing this, because that's kind of one of the downsides to having this be my hobby. It's like, oh, what do you do for fun? I do YouTube stuff. Oh, you make like fun videos? I'm like, yep, consistent schedule. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, YouTube, Tuesday, Thursday, Twitch, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, so sharp. By the way, the Twitch stuff is going to be in the morning time. Don't have a time settled yet. I want to go for 11 a.m. though, because my sleep schedule got fixed on Northern too. It's really great. But that's in terms of the channel. That's where we're at. So the goal's to grow. Not really worried about public watch hours that much. I mean, maybe a little bit, because I don't know how popular. In Stars and Time is doing pretty good. I mean, nothing beats Terraria. Terraria wins in a landslide, but I'm not sure how, not sure if pausing on In Stars and Time will not be great for our channel or something like that, or if people want to watch Below Zero. But, I know that some of you guys watch, which actually makes me really happy. Some of you guys watch this stuff not necessarily for what I'm playing, but because I'm the one playing it, and it makes me really happy. And it warms my cold, not dying, my cold, not dead soul. And I think it's really great, because that's I mean, it's the goal. It was my plan the whole time. No, not like that. I don't know. I want to make stuff that makes people happy. So if my stuff makes you happy, hell yeah. If the game is what makes you happy, hell yeah. If me playing the game is what makes you happy, hell yeah. I just want just a little happy. I like happy, and I want to give other people happy, and that's. Anyways, all the mushy stuff aside, but that's really it for the YouTube side of things. I guess other social medias. I don't use Facebook. I don't use Twitter. I guess there's the tonight's Jam series, which that's not even on my Twitter. That's on 35 and Ellipses. Oh, weird. Sorry, but Instagram, I post thumbnails for things. I would show it on the screen, but I won't. I post the thumbnails for videos. Wow. And then the shorts I post, I want to eventually post them here too, because short form content. Weird. It's almost like I went to school for this. I did actually go to school for this. And I am going to go back again too. Not sure. I don't know when the semester starts. I'm not sure if it's going to be this year or like very early start of next year like I did this year. But big thing is the Christmas rush, or I like to call it the 4-month hell, which is October, November, December, January, where things get the most busy. I want to just... We're going to be like a rock star and completely get drugged up and ruin our career. Nope. We're going to be like a rock star and rock and roll this Christmas season. Because I want to make it something cool, something special. And of course, November's the GDA birthday bash. Do I have something planned for it? Of course I do. I don't. It was originally going to be something else, but I don't have time to do it. And I know I don't have time to do it, so I need to think of something else quick. Just do not tell GDA or we're completely screwed. Good. Deal? Deal. Nice. I feel like I look like should be cleaning a glass right now instead of the embodiment of not dead. Let me look at my notes again. Where was I? Yeah, that's the final notes. Really, that's all I can really think of. So I guess the outro now. Overall, I'm not dead. Hi, how you? Not that. Hi, how you doing? I'm not dead. Everything I've said in terms of scheduling will be in a community page post thing. I am back. We're going to be playing Subnautica Below Zero starting next Monday on the 11th. Tomorrow is the 8th. Say happy birthday to my brother, aka Abridged. I have his channel linked on my channel somewhere. You should check it out. You should subscribe to all of his stuff. You should write really nice comments and say happy birthday. If you don't, I will freaking find you and hunt you down. That's a promise right there. Kidding. Love you. Channel is growing, which is pretty cool, pretty fun, pretty exciting, but also very scary at the same time. But luckily, as the channel grows, so do I. I believe I am getting better with content, so, hey, we're going at a nice, steady pace with each other. So, stay tuned for the rest of 2025 as a bunch of fun stuff happens. Like a professional reviews for Tally Holes, Marvel's World Candle Museum, a possible secret album cover project, very secret, no one knows about it. No one's ever heard it before, except for you know who, because you know who you are. And more one game series and things. Twitch, on the Twitch side of things, Tuesdays and Thursdays, that's when we'll mostly post things. Also check out the VODs channel if you've missed stuff. I'm going to make shorts, I swear. As much as I hate them, I have to participate. It sucks, but like, it's right there. I might as well use it for something. I have been. Mostly just me talking about bullcrap. Like on the TikTok channel. You didn't know I have a TikTok? Don't worry. You don't know. You'll never know. Maybe you were never meant to know. Wink. What else? I'm alive. That's good. Or I'm not dead. That was a whole shtick. On Twitch, on Tuesdays, there will be Terraria, multiplayer Terraria on expert mode, which I've never played before. Apparently there's new items, new special stuff you can get. Bosses are harder. I'm not sure if it's bosses are harder and I get stronger, or just bosses are harder and I just need to get good. We're going to be doing it with a Ranger class only, with an asterisk, which will be happening next Tuesday as well. And then on Thursdays, variety games, just any random game I have on my PlayStation 5. That's right. The other big thing. I was going to switch the camera, but I can't. This room. You see this room? Look at this room. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it great? Isn't it grand? Wrong. You know what we suffer in this room? Look at my skirt. You know what we suffer in this room? We suffer something called heating problems because it is hot as hell. Why do you think I'm not wearing pants but this? Because the only white pants I have are sweats, and that's a stupid idea to wear in this kind of room. So, we're going to fix the heating issues in this room so we can 1. Not die when we stream. 2. Not die when we stream. 3. Read the other 2. And most importantly, 4. We're going to get a PC, baby. You heard that right. We're going to get a personal computer, I think is what it stands like. And we're going to plop it somewhere here, and we're going to finally be playing all those games that you guys have told me to play, but I couldn't be able to play because I only had the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4, mostly PlayStation 5 and Xbox 360, which is not a computer, but I can finally play those games, like the Instars in Time Prologue, Mouthwashing, which is a game I've had on my wish list. I don't know what it's about, but it looked pretty. Definitely won't regret that. You know, the guy with like the bandages and all bloody, definitely won't regret that. Undertale Yellow, that's one that's been on the list. TF2, please, I want to play Medic, I beg of you. Other games that'll, quote unquote, according to my friend Chase, solidify my status as a virgin forever. That one we can play on Mac. And we are. It's going to be great. A little spoiler there. But that's the goal. The next 2 weeks, I'm going to get this room not hot. And then after that, my cousin recommended me a PC, like, pre-built thingy that's like, it's good for beginners, and I'm like, I'm a beginner, great! And then a monitor that's good for it. I'm moving a bunch of stuff around, all this crappy, this is a folding desk. This is just a normal folding desk. We're getting rid of that and replace it with something actual. I'm gonna get blackout curtains, because I like those, but they're not great. And then I'll, maybe I'm thinking I've been thinking about this for a long time. Most of my time at Northern Tier was thinking about this. I'm either replace the Mac or get another Apple device, the Mac Studio, so I can finally use this thing. I've had this the entire time I've had the PS5, and I've not been able to use it because my plugs are being used. But yeah, we're upgrading, baby, but that requires controlling our heating issue, which there is a lot, because that is our only vent up there, and it does nothing. Trust me. It doesn't, there's no air conditioning in here. Also, I do have so I'm going to clean out the PlayStation probably tomorrow. And the curtains, the door, it's the sun hits through here. I'm above a garage. It's pretty bad. The circulation here is horrible. I used to have Janine, now I don't. She died. But yeah. Big stuff is happening. I'm really freaking excited. Are you excited? I hope so, because I'm very excited. Whew. That'll be it, though. Honeywell. So, that is basically everything. I'm going to get out of these clothes. Wow. I'm going to get out of these clothes. Hey, look, it's the canoeing. These are my Northern Tier socks. I'm going to get out of these clothes and into something that isn't making me sweat 1,000 degrees. Also, I saw the Fantastic Four movie. It was great. I also saw the Naked Gun movie last night. It was even better. Oh, yeah, speaking of Fantastic Four, Marvel Rivals. That is a series I primarily have on Twitch. We can have those on Saturdays, too. Kind of like how Sky is the consistent series here, Marvel Rivals is kind of the consistent series over there, so we're going to stick to that. I guess that'll be a Saturday thing, I guess. I don't know. I legit don't know. There's a lot of games I got to catch up on, a lot of stuff. I know Sky has had Season of the Two Embers. I think 2 quests are out now. I'm very freaking excited. You have no freaking idea. But yeah, that'll be it. Thank you to, if I remember all the names, we had that one lyric maker. We had Kitty. Who else joined in last stream? It was just those two. And then here, we have Foxy the Theron 2011, along with all the people who did watch the videos over the 12 days of Not Christmas while I was dead. Excuse me. And all those who commented, The Pines, Blinko, Memes Confirmed. Endercraft, I forgot to talk about Endercraft. We don't have a specific time, scheduled date planned for Endercraft, but next season is an exciting one because we're going back in time, with it being our 10th season, we're going to go to the original world seed that the first world was in, which was seasons 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to play there again. And I have a kind of fun little reminiscing back on previous Endercraft seasons planned for that. So stay tuned for that, because it's going to be a hootenanny of a time. I will see you all on Monday, unless I see you earlier. And if I don't, assume I have died again. Everyone say happy birthday to my brother, a.k.a. Abridged. Thank you all for watching, to you and the silent viewers as well, and those who are watching in the future. If you like this video, please share around, because if you would like it, there's a high chance that other people did too. And if you didn't like this video, please comment down below on what I could do better, but don't talk about the gameplay, because hey, there wasn't any gameplay, you goofy goober. There's a lot of other stuff I wanted to talk about, mostly how I think it's a little bit embarrassing, but kind of funny that I laugh at my own jokes, especially during the Endercraft, the game show one. I'm a funny guy. Those ads are genius, but my computer will crash if I even open up Safari. Which reminds me, I need to optimize this computer so it doesn't crash when I open up Safari. So if anyone knows any forehead, if anyone knows any web computer, I don't know. I need all the help I can get. So yes, thank you for watching. See you all Monday. I never had a plan on how I was going to end this. I like wearing the skirt. Pew, pew. Makes me feel very bonita. Do you feel bonita? I feel bonita. You do something dramatic. Huh? You know, I've been cleaning my room because I've been turning it slowly and steadily into a studio, like a proper recording studio type place. And I found this box. Now this box is a very important box because there's many things in there that, for some reason, I don't know why, there's kind of like a block in the back of my mind, something telling me no, some foreboding force. And I found something very interesting. Haven't opened it yet because there's still that foreboding force. Don't know what it is. You will very soon. Haha. Next year broadcast probably. I don't know. Like I said, I have to look at old notes for what the hell broadcast was actually about. I do know what it's about, but more specific details. That should be fun. I don't know. Forehead. Ooh. No. There we go. Nice. Look at my hair. I feel very bonita. That closet door's been open the whole time. That's embarrassing. Alright, I'm going to go vanish now. Thank you for watching. How high can I make the fade? Yeah, that actually is good. Fade. Whoa, whoa.